Hi guys, it's Julia from This Cosplay Couple, and today we're going to be teaching you how to make Harley Quinn's mallet.
Hello YouTube, Joker here. Welcome to This Cosplay Couple.
Alright guys, for this tutorial we're going to need a few items. Let's start off with, we're going to start off with a 5-gallon bucket. I went ahead and did some pre-work and removed the top lid, which is simply done with a heat gun and a razor blade. You don't have to do this part, this is just optional. And then this makes a great little support piece for structure on the inside. This is optional, I did it for me. So what we're going to do right now is measure this, cut the center, or mark the center, and I'm going to go outside and do the steps. You probably can't hear me outside, so I'm going to tell you what I'm doing now. We're going to mark the center, heat up this piece of plastic, and then shove the stick through, and then do the same thing on the other side. I may make relief cuts to make it easier to go through, but the goal is to make the top one threaded when we go through. So when you go through, we're going to screw it through. That's an attempt. Let's go give that a shot. Let's go outside. So we've got the base of our hammer done. We're going to add a quick relief cut to the bottom. So we're just going to take either a pair of scissors or something sharp and kind of run it down the edge. You can do the heat gun if you like, but we just made a relief cut right along the bottom that looks like this. This is not necessary. The only reason we're doing this is because of the bucket shape. It gives you this little bit bigger on one end. So with that relief cut all the way to the hole, we can just tighten it up just a tad. It just will even it out enough where with the foam you'll never see that. So we have a little bow down here, but that'll all be fixed with a little bit of heat. So let's glue this together. So to close the gap, we were going to use glue, but this is never going to be seen again. Foam's going to be covering the outside of this. So I'm just going to use a little duct tape. It's quick, it's easy, and it's very effective. Okay, so there we go. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. Right now it looks like trash. It's a hot mess. But once we get the EVA foam over the top of this and start adding the details, this is your pretty good base for a hammer. You got a little bit of a bow, but with that EVA foam that's going to even out and you won't be able to see that. I'm going to hack off that little piece right here and we're going to make some sort of seal for the top. So this is kind of how it's looking. Feel pretty good. I'm going to flip the camera around for Julia to give you scale with Julia. That's Julia's scale. Alright. So for this next part, we're going to take EVA foam and I'm going to use the non-textured side and I'm going to cut planks of wood basically. I'm going to measure out how big my planks have to be and start laying them on piece by piece until we get the whole thing covered. A little bit of math is going to have to go into this. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off all the puzzle parts to it. So let's do that first. That is a prime example, kids. Watch your fingers, because I was a hair past a nipple from slicing mine right in half.
A hair past a nip. Is that an official term of measuring?
It is now. Okay, so the circumference of the barrel was 34 inches. We want 5 wood planks around this barrel, so that equaled up to be, so we took 34 divided by 5, that's 6.8 inches, yes. So we're going to make our wood strips 6.8 inches wide, and that should equal 5 around the circumference of the barrel. So I'm going to cut those out now. I'm not too worried about lengthwise, I'm just more worried about getting this length or the widthwise first. I can trim off lengthwise afterwards. So let's do that. So, after we have all of our planks cut out, this seems a little large, but should be correct. We're going to mark, I'm going to do the top one first. So I'm just going to kind of center it up and mark the foam like that.
Oh, with the top.
With the top of it, so you can see a little circle right there. See that circle? So I'm not gonna cut the circle, I'm just gonna bore the foam. So then this should stretch, because you want it to kind of lock into place. Now the other thing I'm gonna do is once we have it bored, I'm going to turn it with the threads. That's against the threads, with the threads, John.
It's like a helicopter.
And it should tighten down a little bit. I mean, this isn't gonna, you know, there we go. So now, I mean, it's not gonna screw in. We can clean up this foam right here. Boom. And that just gives you a rough idea of your top. So your top sits like this. And now we're gonna take the others and figure out how we're going to attach them all around.
Recording.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. First of all, ooh, that was tough than I thought. Grab some of that scrap EVA foam you cut away earlier. We're going to glue the edges of this together. If you were proper, you should do edge cuts or angle cuts so it goes together better. I'm not going to do that. It's EVA foam, it'll flex enough. So what we're going to do is take our rubber cement, not rubber cement, contact cement. That's very important. Contact cement. And just on the edges, make sure you're in a well ventilated area. Get that nice and thick onto the right there. Clean some of that up. And do your other side. Now, take and attach these. And get them kind of even out here. Sweating. This contact cement, your foam should rip before your glue comes apart. Beautiful. Let's attach all these pieces together. Yeah. Alright, so while we're going to let that set up and dry for a little bit, we're going to take and just sand down some rough edges on the whole thing. We're basically just making some areas for glue to adhere to, so it's a little bit, the smooth surface glue won't adhere to anything, but just scratching it up and glue will adhere to it a lot better. It gives it grooves to seep in and tack. Find the hole.
Oh, you're just dripping sweat.
Yeah. These lights are bright, boys and girls. They're hot. Just like me. Just gonna throw some random Loctite on. Come down. Apply pressure. Really tight.
Lock it tight, baby.
Trim this little right here. Give us some room. Okay, so we've got a little tape holding this in place. I'm going to run a little dab of Loctite here and there on the base. And run it right along the edge here. Brush it on. Then lock these two pieces together.
Watch your fingers. What happened?
Rubber cement's all over my table.
What?
Disaster just happened. It's all clean now. But that's a very prime example of why I say be careful, pay attention, and don't be dumb like me. Because I left my can of rubber cement open, which I never ever do. I always close my rubber cement. I never work with rubber cement on the table because of that exact reason. But this one time I was filling, didn't think about it, and I spilled rubber cement everywhere. Luckily, we saved the table, we saved everything that was important on here, and we didn't lose anything. But always close your glues when you're done. Don't be dumb like me. Back to the point, we have now sealed up the bottom of the foam with super glue, and this looks very rough right now. Understand this is not going to be the final product, but Harley's supposed to look rough. You can see some of our seams are splitting a little bit. I kind of wanted that. I wanted it to split, and it gives you that wood grain effect, and we're going to go in and really detail it. So right now we're just going to trim off all this excess right here. Okay, I'm going to be picking glues off my fingers for the next 6 to 7 years. Wear gloves, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our side now, lay it on the EVA foam like that, trace around it, cut that circle out, and then we're going to glue it to the top. As you can see, I already did this side, and that's how it looks now. So we're going to cut out this shape, glue it to this, and then it goes over to Julia for the artwork side of this project. Let's do that. Point out one thing here. I'm not professional. That's the worst cut I've ever done in my life, and I hate EVA foam. I despise EVA foam because I can't work with EVA foam that well. This seems to be the only thing I can figure out how the fuck to do in EVA foam, and mainly that's because that's a bunch of straight lines and circles. But anything armor-wise, I can't do. I've tried. That's why you will never see an EVA foam armor on this channel, because I fucking despise EVA foam. But they work great for mallets, so that's what we're doing this with. So if you want to learn real good stuff, Evil Ted, a bunch of guys like that.
Xing Prod.
Xing Prod. Fantastic guy to go learn from.
We love you.
Go watch his stuff if you're looking to learn proper things from EVA foam. I watch all of his videos, I just suck at EVA foam. So, there you go. Just wanted to give that little disclaimer. Let's glue this on. Nice thing about Loctite is it should be about 10 seconds. I know you're probably having a hard time seeing me because of this bright ass light behind me. No?
I think
Shocking.
the film is way better quality than you think it is.
Alright. Supposed to only be like 10 seconds, instant hold, but if you pour a lot, it sometimes takes a little longer than that. I normally hold for 15 to 30 seconds, just to be safe. Sometimes it is an instant bump. But since we cut that rough edge, this will adhere so much better to the foam that's already there, which is why we did that little cut. Boom! One finished mallet head. Just kidding, we have to do all the Art Deco stuff to it, and I probably have to sand it because it has glue all over it, just like I have glue all over me. But this is what we're looking like for the rough first draft of this. We put the pole in. There we go. And there it is. That's what we're looking like right now. No locking mechanisms yet because we have to draw all over it and burn stuff in, but we're looking pretty good. Yeah. What do you think, babe?
I think I need to draw in it. My turn.
Hit my head. I wonder how solid this is.
This is the Harley Quinn Rebirth version of her mallet. We made this specifically for someone who is getting it at Tampa Bay MegaCon. You know who you are, and I hope you love it. If you guys want to see us do a different version of her mallet, please comment below. This is actually the second mallet we've done, so we'd love to make some different versions for you. And if you have any questions, please comment below. These are convention friendly. They are foam and a bucket. They are cartoony-like, they don't look like a real weapon, and you should be pretty good unless your con's very strict. And please remember to put a little piece of foam at the bottom and the top so they don't fly off during the convention. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
You find the spot and I'll find the money.